Hey everyone, welcome to the Next Issue podcast. Our show is we have Josh back from the Negative Zone.
That's right. That's right.
Oh, I
Man.
didn't even tell you why we said that joke because you never mind. It's a spoiler.
Oh,
Your
okay.
mic sounds funny again.
Mine?
Mine?
No, Daniel's. It just sounded like it was picking up everything in the room again.
Oh, it's a good mic.
Oh, that's better.
Yeah.
Is this better? Yeah.
Yeah.
Let us
Well,
know in the chat.
There we
Should
go.
I get a new microphone? I spent a lot of this one, so I hope not. They said this was a good one. Y'all let me
yeah,
know.
no, those are good.
Okay. Does it sound good? Sound good?
Sounds better.
Yeah.
Okay. Well,
Love
y'all keep me honest.
Pump up the volume a little. You sounded
Clay,
a little
I don't know
lower
how to
than
do that. Clay,
Yeah.
You're really going to have to read the instructions, Daniel.
oh,
I'm
okay.
sorry, I interrupted the show.
Maybe it was too much volume.
Oh yeah.
That's better. I mean,
Maybe that's why I was picking
yeah.
up everything because I cranked it up like Jason Statham.
Oh.
Jason Statham. Let's talk about Jason Statham.
This is actually
Screw
here's the
San Diego
thing, guys.
Comic-Con.
We're not talking about Comic-Con. This is a Crank 2 high voltage screen.
We're waiting for Crank 3.
That's right.
Love
I
it.
can't believe they haven't announced it. Those cowards at Hall H.
It's cowards at all age.
They're not real fans.
But yeah, all right. So as we mentioned, today we'll be talking about all things San Diego Comic-Con so far. Obviously, we don't know what's ahead for today. Today is the last day, but I feel like the big stuff should, like yesterday was the big, right? Saturday is always the big day at Hall H. Like you have the big movie studios come in. Although there's a lot of comic book news from Friday and Thursday, which we'll get into in a little bit. So we're gonna get right into Comic-Con as opposed to starting with some of our previously on next issue, just because we want to make sure to cover as much as we can. There's a lot to talk about for our audio podcast. Welcome. Thank you for listening. Wherever you're listening, make sure to leave us a review, a rating, and subscription, all that good stuff.
A good rating.
You know what? If you don't think the show's good, just give us an honest rating, but rate the show and subscribe. Well, I guess if you're leaving a bad review, you may not subscribe. But
if you're leaving a bad review, listen. We may get better.
That's true.
That's true. If your review consists entirely of "we hate that Josh guy," don't.
He's
say
not
that.
always here. Yeah, he's not always here.
That is true. That is yeah. It's a hit or miss.
I do want to start also by thanking our beautiful patrons. So thanks to Sabrina, Mike, the RCB Comic Books podcast, and Final Neo. Thank you guys for your continued patronage. So we appreciate that. If you want to be a patron, you can check out our Twitter and our description on the videos. There's a link there.
It's patreon.com/next issue podcast.
Sure.
That's it.
Easy peasy.
Easy peasy.
Try to make it simple.
All right, so I don't know how you guys want to approach this. Like, do we want to go in? I feel like if we go in order of days, we may miss some stuff. So I
mean, we can talk about what we're most hyped about.
Yeah.
I think that's a good way to do it.
Now, if you're subscribed to the channel, you'll see that we put out a bunch of videos throughout the past few days, but we'll talk.
Yeah, I was gonna say Danny puts out.
Me and the little mouse I have in my pocket work very hard on these videos.
Are you ratatouilleing this?
No, yeah. There's a little rat. That's why in the review, in the trailer reactions,
I have your rat.
Yeah, in the trailer reactions, you'll see that I move awkwardly.
Exactly. And you're wearing the chef's cap, so.
Which reminds me, if you haven't seen Everything Everywhere All at Once, you should.
Oh God, that movie is brilliant. I love it so much.
But yeah, there's a bunch of stuff. So, Clay, let's start with you. What are you the most hyped about? What was the thing that you were like, holy shit?
She-Hulk.
Yeah,
absolutely loved it. I'm excited for it. She broke the fourth wall in the trailer.
I love it.
Ruffalo is there having fun, being a Hulk that we haven't really seen in the comics, I feel.
I agree. I
So
highly
it
agree with
just
that.
it just looks fun, and I really am looking
Yeah.
forward to something fun after Obi-Wan, after just some of the heavier stories. Like I just kind of want to have a fun book. Yes.
Yeah, that whole opening was just great. It was
The
so
short start
good.
of an air horn. It's very good. Very good.
And what's
Ah.
great is he's a scientist, so he's just going to put her through every experiment, physical and mental. It's just going to be great.
It the show. I mean, so as Bruce is trying to like test the limits of Jen's powers, it reminded me of that Gatorade commercial with Michael Jordan and Mia Hamm. Like everything you can do, I can do better. And
Oh, right, yeah.
She-Hulk is just excelling at every. Like I feel like Bruce, because he's trying to keep the Hulk in check, has all these limitations maybe to his powers, right? Where Jen doesn't have that problem. Like she is fully in control of whatever this is, right? Or at least for now, like, at least from what we've seen. So I think that she may just be more adept at picking everything up.
I want to say that she has better control of her life than he does.
For sure. She's got a pretty big. How does Bruce make money? That's what I want to know. How does he afford an island?
I feel like he's got that Stark money.
That's what I was about to say. Yeah,
he's under Stark R&D, and he's getting that check.
He's got the sweet Stark internship going. So
he's got to have a lot of lawsuits pending, though. Like,
all the destruction.
Like, I mean, even just from that battle with in Age of Ultron, which is still one of the coolest fights.
Maybe Damage Control is going to cover that in some way.
Oh, maybe he's being sued, and Jen's representing him.
That would be a good story.
That would be good.
Oh, go ahead, Josh.
Oh, sorry. I feel like She-Hulk is, and I say this not having seen Ms. Marvel yet. Don't at me. It's my own fault. I really want to, but
when do you see the ending?
She-Hulk feels like the first Disney Plus Marvel show that seems to be setting up like we could easily do 7 seasons of this, right? Most of the other ones feel like a self-contained story. This is just like, no, here's the concept. We're just going to go with it, So I'm really intrigued to see how it plays out.
Yeah. There's a good comment by Leonard Kim in the chat. Hey, Leonard.
Yeah.
Marvel was not playing around. I had my expectations pretty tempered, yet they blew me away. I think a lot of us went into this like because D23 is in like a month and a half.
Yeah.
Like how much were they really gonna give to Comic-Con, right? Like I'm sure Kevin Feige and Disney execs were like, well, we gotta shine big at our own thing. That's why we have our own convention. That's why we gotta keep people.
Not everyone can make it to D23. You got to shine at Hall H first.
Yeah.
Well, and I mean, and they revealed a lot. So,
and this was their big return.
What are they holding back?
They missed out on Hall H last year. They didn't go, and obviously a lot of stuff.
Oh, really?
COVID. So this was their return to Hall H. So yeah, I'm very excited. I love like Clay mentioned, and I just kind of put it here like the fourth wall break. Like, look, I know a lot of you guys credit all this stuff to Deadpool, and Deadpool does it very well, but She-Hulk was doing it before.
Yeah, she was doing it during the John Byrne
the Byrne run. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, she had been breaking the fourth wall since before we thought it was cool to do it. So
she just
if we're gonna do a fourth wall breaking timeline, you got to go back to moonlighting. Right, so you got moonlighting in the the 80s. Then Byrne kind of runs with it in She-Hulk, which had a very kind of moonlighting vibe to a certain degree.
Or is it the same time period?
It may be. It's what 86, 87?
One may have inspired the other, right?
It could be.
I have my moonlighting DVDs right over here. I can go check the dates.
Nice. I'll just search. Hang on.
But yeah, every part of that trailer made me want to love it more. And then reading Dan Slott's tweets about it, like how excited he is to see like some of the stuff that he's written on screen, how San Diego was decorated with She-Hulk posters that he loved and covers that they had done from the comic. Like it was great to see that kind of excitement from someone who was a creator to become like a super fan.
They gave out flyers too, like with the phone line you could call for Jen. Like like, there's a voicemail. I heard somebody on TikTok call the number. Also, the Wong supremacy of Phase 4 continues.
Yes,
love it.
They should be called Phase Wong.
Really?
They really did miss out on that, didn't they?
This is the Wong CU now. So I'm so glad. I'm so happy for Benedict Wong because he's such a cool dude. Now, I got a question for you guys. So I saw this and I was like, is this the Wrecking Crew? Like, are they supposed to be the Wrecking Crew? Like these guys that she fights in the alley?
That was my first thought too, is that, yeah. But you only get that one shot, so.
Yeah, because you get to see them later, but they don't all have like the big weapons. Yeah, I'm trying to see. It's hard. So many things. Well, I do like all this stuff. Oh, there we go. That was a shot of it. But I feel like they're right?
Whoa.
Yeah, it does look like the Wrecking Crew. Yeah, I saw that ball and I was like, well, that looks like it's not Pile Driver. God, who is that?
Ball Wrecker.
Absorbing Man?
Absorbing Man, thank you.
Home Wrecker.
Home Wrecker? Okay, yeah. Absorbing Man.
I don't think that's the name.
Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.
I don't think that's the name.
Crusher Creel.
Yeah. That's who I was thinking of.
But this guy's got a crowbar. This guy's got a hard hat on.
Yeah.
I don't know what these are. This was the only thing that didn't feel like Wrecking Crew to me, but we know I think the Wrecking Crew and the Serpent Society are pretty big villains in the She-Hulk, like for both of them.
From what I remember, are those Asgardian weapons, or are they Asgardian enhanced?
I feel like it could be alien.
They look like they're magic.
It also, yeah. I mean, maybe that's why Wong showed up because they've been imbued with magic.
Oh, okay.
Maybe it's alien technology still, like that's still flying around, like we saw in Homecoming, right? That Doom was using.
Maybe they took it from Damage Control.
Yeah,
from Spider-Man.
Yeah. I mean, there was that big assault on the plane, right? On Stark's plane in the first movie. Who knows what happened to all that stuff?
Right. Oh, right. Yeah, that's a good point.
That stuff littered everywhere, and man, it'd be cool if some of those suits got out.
What if they were the crew hired to repair the fairground that got destroyed and they found all this shit? I don't know. I'm just spitballing here.
No shit. That would be awesome. I mean, there was some really cool stuff in that plane when it went down.
Yeah.
They did update the name, and we saw that a few weeks ago, that She-Hulk Attorney at Law, which does make it feel more like a sitcom to me.
Right.
But then,
let's see that ending.
Like, I mean, come on. We get like, oh.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah, Daredevil.
I love it with the gold tones, right? Little gold tones everywhere.
So here's my thing. Is Charlie Cox's Daredevil the only one of the Netflix characters coming back beyond Wilson Fisk? Because if not, I want Jessica Jones back. Like, I love that show.
We've heard that in Echo, one of the plot points is going to be that Daredevil's looking for Jessica Jones.
Okay.
But none of that has been confirmed. We haven't seen any of that. We don't even know. I mean, Echo is on the schedule, but we don't really know much about it. But this She-Hulk trailer looks so. We haven't even talked about Emil Blonsky coming back.
I know Tim Roth is
Abomination.
Back, man.
Yeah, Tim Roth is back.
Yep.
And this is the third time we've seen Abomination because he showed up in Shang-Chi.
And we know he's friends with Wong. Maybe that's why Wong is showing up. Maybe Wong needs to get him. It's like maybe Wong try to get him a lawyer for something.
Well, and she says she's representing him.
Yeah.
Right. So what I find fascinating is I think going into this, we all thought, knowing Tim Roth is coming back, that he's going to be the bad guy. I don't think he's a bad guy. I think he's just like a plot point. And clearly we have Titania, right, is a villain.
Jamila.
Right. But we've got more than that. So the Wrecking Crew, perhaps.
I'm hoping that the season 1 ends with some of the overlap from Howard the Duck, and Howard the Duck shows up on Earth. That's my secret wish.
That would be cool.
Is Howard the Duck at the end of season 1.
Is that Frogman?
Frogman.
It's Frogman.
Oh, I missed him. I didn't notice who that was.
Yeah, I was aware. I was not aware he could fly. But yeah,
I think
Frogman.
he's just jumping, isn't
Yeah,
he?
I think
Springs.
Frogman. We saw him in the little teaser. I know I saw him in the teaser, the first one, and definitely
Yeah.
here. Like, I think they're like
Frogman
robbing a
hat.
Best Buy or something. But yeah, Frogman. I mean, I guess everybody needs representation from from the law. The law.
Yeah. Clay's got his Frogman up. I have nearly bought that figure 4 times when I see it at Target.
Stiltman are like would be.
Oh
great.
God, I
There
love
needs
it.
to be like a 4-foot Stiltman.
One thing that I found interesting is that the reason that this law firm or this like subdivision of the damage control or whatever, or the DOCD, whatever that agency's called, they want She-Hulk as the face, not so much Jen. They want She-Hulk as the face of like this whole department, the legal department. And then I love the interaction with Tim Roth. So I don't know. It feels very exciting. I think like you guys mentioned, this one could go long. This is something that we could be seeing She-Hulk. Like, at this point, I don't even need everything to like drive the story of the MCU forward.
Exactly.
I just want fun shows that we can have a good time and just be entertaining, and then we get to see like really cool things. Like, look at Titania,
yeah.
look so cool. Like,
that's awesome.
Super extra, like in the comics. Like sometimes she goes all out. So kind of like the Kool-Aid man coming in through the wall.
I love her.
Yeah.
So I'm looking forward to her.
Oh, same. Yeah, I am too. But yeah, I agree, Daniel. I feel like to this point, so many of the Disney Plus shows have been very good, but very much about either wrapping up or setting up. Right? There's not a lot of this is just a show that can do 5 seasons in a movie.
Yeah.
Right. Like, and they kind of need that if they want Disney Plus to be a place that people will keep going to.
Right. Right. You can't ask your audience every time to at least have watched, even if it's just one other thing. You can't ask your audience to have watched another thing for them to pay attention to this thing.
Exactly.
I think that's what I loved about Moon Knight, that it was very standalone. Like very, very.
Oh, I forgot Moon Knight. Yeah.
Yeah. How dare you? That's why I have much more of a difficulty ranking the shows than the movies. I think the movies are a lot more straightforward to rank because it is just like one, like a 2-hour, 3-hour thing.
Yeah.
Whereas all these shows, they're kind of a journey and then going from week to week. Like, I don't know, it's kind of hard to put them up against each other. People that have everything ranked, more power to you. I can't do that. I don't think that's
it's unfair to rank them. They're completely
right.
Especially people that throw in the shows and the movies all in one list. I'm like, how are you doing this? Like, this is apples and oranges. I don't know how.
Yep.
I don't know what
exactly.
But more power to you if you're doing it. Like, good for you. That means you watched everything. So
from the Netflix show, I would like to ask for one more thing. I would like to see Bullseye show up.
Iron Fist.
No.
Oh.
Bullseye. Yeah. The guy that played Bullseye in season 3 was so goddamn good. You just hated that guy. You hated everything, and then you saw he was really going to become the Bullseye from the comics at the end with all the enhancements. I mean, I honestly would love to see a standalone villain show, and if we don't get a Kingpin one, the Bullseye's Greatest Hits, the miniseries Bullseye's Greatest Hits, which was highlighted a little bit in the last season of Daredevil, could have been a whole season of a show that showed how this guy became the villain that he is.
I want this. This is what I want.
Yeah.
I guess. I am not a Punisher fan. I never have been.
I like John Bernthal more than the Punisher, and
that's fair.
Yeah,
that's my main thing. Like, if we need to get him back at the MCU, and if that means bringing the Punisher back, then
he's making a show. He's doing American Gigolo. Did you not see he's doing American Gigolo on Showtime?
No.
Yeah.
He's brought back the Richard Gere character, and it sounds like they're continuing the story from the film that was 40 years ago.
I'll have to go get Moon. I'll have to go get Showtime for like a month. Once
right.
It's just
that's what I did.
A lot. That's what it is.
We do have here. Sorry, just let me read this.
Yeah, go ahead.
If I recall correctly from Leonard Kim, the only tie to the overall MCU for Moon Knight was Madripoor. Yeah, there was a reference from Madripoor, and that's about it. But what were you saying, Josh?
Well, I was just gonna say, like, speaking of, well, anyway, one thing I was not expecting at all that I saw on that Phase 5 list that I'm most excited for is Daredevil Born Again.
Yes.
And my thinking was Disney's going to take over the Netflix stuff and go lighter, right? And then they fucking choose Born Again. Holy crap! I hope it's as dark and gritty as the original stories, because that is, to me, the canonical Daredevil story, right? If I'm going to point anyone to go read a Daredevil book, it's going to be Born Again, because it hits on all the main themes of it. So, oh god, what? Wow,
very exciting for sure. I think my one concern is that we've seen sometimes that Marvel grabs the title of something that we all love, and then they just do something else, but they call it, they call it the thing.
Which is exactly my theory about the reveal that Phase 6 ends on Secret Wars. I don't think it's going to be Secret Wars. I think it's going to be, they did what you just said, Daniel. They're going to pull the name and do something completely different.
Oh yeah, there was also an ancestral. You're right. Yeah, Chewy, my friend Chewy's in the chat. There was also the reference to the ancestral plane in Boston, all the Black Panther stuff. Correct.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, here's speaking of that, I guess let's jump into that real quick, and then we'll come back, talk more about some of the highlights that we talked. But let's look at Phase 5 first.
Modoc. Can we talk about Modoc?
Wait, where's Modoc?
Modoc,
I thought it got canceled
in Quantumanium.
Yeah, so we have in February.
Voiced by Patton Oswalt?
No, they have not confirmed it. But I read that who was it who said that, was it All Stars?
New Rockstars? Yeah.
New Rockstars tweeted that Modoc will show up in Ant-Man and Wasp, but they have not confirmed it. The rumor is that the actor that played Yellow Jacket,
Cross, who played Cross, the guy who played the Yellow Jacket,
would play a live-action Modoc. Live-action Modoc.
Whoa.
Which could make sense, being that he ended up getting kind of sucked into the quantum realm because of the shrinking or whatever. That'd be interesting. And now he could be all kind of like, he could look like Modoc now because of all the stuff he went through and whatever. So, but yeah, let's check out. So they did announce the last thing in Phase 4 is this Wakanda Forever movie, which we'll talk about in a minute, because that's one of my highlights. But we have announced starting. This is all for next year. We have Ant-Man and the Wasp, Quantumania, which we saw poster character. We saw character designs. I'll pull them up in a minute. I think Corey Stoll says Chewy. Yeah, I think he'd be great Modoc. He's definitely really good at being a bad guy. If you watch stuff like House of Cards and stuff like that.
No,
he's an interesting actor like that. So then we have so next year is going to be packed of stuff. This is all. Most of the stuff is happening next year in 2023. So we have Ant-Man and the Wasp in February. We have Secret Invasion. That's going to be a series on Disney Plus, which is going to be following along with Nick Fury and everything that he's doing with Sword.
Was there a very quick reference to that in the She-Hulk trailer when you see the judge change? And it's like...
Yeah, that I don't know if that was a magic thing or an alien thing.
I couldn't tell either. So
I'm sure we'll get more information on that. Yeah, and then we have a time traveler in the chat saying they're excited for Secret Invasion.
Promiscuous time traveler.
Yeah,
I love your name.
Then, so we didn't see it, but the people in Hall H, they got a Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3 trailer.
Wow.
James Gunn and a lot of the cast was there. The actor portraying the High Evolutionary was there in full outfit and full costume.
That was awesome. Yeah. And oh god, and it's a great actor. I can't recall his name.
I'll pull up his name in a minute.
Okay.
But
I will say
the High Evolutionary though.
Yeah. Clay may be excited because one person on Twitter commented that there seemed to be a lot of flashbacks to what may be dealing with Rocket's origins.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, I think it's
that
gonna
would be cool.
Definitely based on a lot of. We also saw a design for Adam Warlock, what he's gonna look
There
like.
he is. Look at that.
Yeah, what's his name?
It's oh god, it's like
He's from Peacemaker. Chat, help
Yeah.
us out.
yeah, he played
He played
the
more on.
the head
Oh, I
guy.
think
Yeah.
that's CB Cebulski here and Jim Lee sitting together.
Oh, it is. Look at
That's
that.
the editor in chief of Marvel and the editor in chief of DC.
DC.
There's no like Marvel versus DC. These guys all hang out. They're all in the comics industry together. I don't know. Hopefully people.
I mean, I'm sure Jim Lee is as excited that the High Evolutionary walked by him as he would be if it was, Darkseid. So
yes, Darkseid is. So Clay's back. Let me see when he hops on.
Oh, Jesus, no! I don't want Rocket to die.
Oof.
Shit.
We'll see. I mean, somebody. You know what? I think we. Batista maybe did. Oh. Sorry, Clay. I didn't know you were logged in.
Sorry.
So we were talking about the High Evolutionary.
Fuck yeah.
And then I was saying that CB Cebulski here, Marvel editor in chief, and Jim Lee, DC editor in chief, like sitting. Oh no, he's not the editor in chief, as he's the COO. I think he's something else. Murray Javins is editor in chief. But yeah, they're just hanging out. Like there's no Marvel versus DC. It's all comic book nerds hanging out.
They're talking about Amalgam 2.
Oh fuck yeah!
Electric Boogaloo.
Oh, here we go. Chokwidu Iwuji. Ooh, apologize if
I know. I
know I mispronounced that for sure, but yeah. And then we saw Will. What's his name? He'll be portraying Adam Warlock.
Who's playing Adam Warlock?
Oh,
the guy from that We're the Millers.
Oh yeah.
Oh, that's right. He beefed up. He pulled a Chris. What's his face from Guardians of the Galaxy, and like beefed up for it.
So, yeah, Will Poulter.
Thank you.
Yeah, he's so tall. I saw some pictures of just the cast hanging out together.
He's tall. Wow, I still picture.
I wouldn't have thought that.
The Millers.
Yeah.
Let's go back here. So yeah, we got Guardians. Then we have the Echo show, which will follow Echo from Hawkeye. So we may get to see. We know Daredevil and Kingpin are going to be in this show, and like I mentioned, there's rumors that we'll talk. There's some Jessica Jones implications in this show somehow. I do want them to focus on Echo and her story, but it's nice to have some extra things. Next, we have the Marvels, which
nice.
Josh needs to check out. Ms. Marvel, 6 great episodes, Josh. I think you will be very, very pleased.
It's such a different tone than Moon Knight. It's like it's an onboarding show completely.
It's like
good.
We're new to Marvel.
Yeah,
and
I think it's a great family show too. So like you like to watch those shows with your family. I think they'll enjoy it as well.
Yeah, that's a good point.
We know Loki Season 2 is currently shooting right now, so we will have that next summer as well in Disney Plus. Now,
which is the thing I find so funny, because of all of the earliest Disney Plus shows, Loki fits into one that I would not expect would, it seemed like a one and done, right?
Yeah.
So how are they doing a season 2? Like,
now they did confirm that this phase is going to be this whole saga. Now it's the multiverse saga, right?
Okay.
So it makes sense that Loki would be like steep into that now that they've introduced the TVA, all the time traveling, breaking of the multiverses, especially because I think next time we see Kang after Quantumania, it's going to be back in Loki Season 2. Now, I think it'll be either a different version of Kang or several versions of Kang.
Right.
Like we saw in Loki Season 1, right? He Who Remains was a version of what we believe to be Kang, as he was played by Jonathan Mayers. So
and that last shot in Loki is like all the statues of
the statue that we are all very familiar with, that helmet.
Yeah,
very cool stuff. Next we have Blade, Mahershala Ali, will be portraying Blade. We know that maybe the Black Knight will show up here based on the ending of Eternals. Which,
Oh,
if you haven't
interesting.
seen
Okay.
Eternals, I just spoiled the end credit scene, but
Sorry.
the movie is very enjoyable. You should watch it. And we have heard rumors that Anthony Starr, the Homelander, is in talks to maybe play Dracula. So this is all unconfirmed.
Really?
Clay, let me know if you give me a thumbs up when you need to get it back in. All right.
Dracula?
Yeah, so I like that.
If
Clay,
so,
yeah.
if so, we better get that sequence of Moon Knight being like, Dracula, that big fucking nerd. Like,
Where's my fucking money, Dracula?
Yeah, so that's all unconfirmed. I'm just going based off on this stuff that I'm hearing. Keep your ear to the ground. We have Ironheart, which we saw Riri in the we'll see Riri in the Black Panther trailer in a minute. Very excited for that. Which I don't see Armor Wars, which is interesting.
Oh yeah, you're right.
We know it's been announced, and maybe it got pushed back to Phase 6.
To Phase 6. Yeah, there's a lot of empty space in Phase 6. So
yeah, and I will talk about that in a second. I know Leonard Kim really hope we get Wanda's return in Agatha Coven of Chaos, which has a title update. It was House of Harkness before, but now it's a
that's
coven.
right.
Now it's a coven, so that implies more than one witch, and we only know one other witch for now in the MCU. So I could definitely see this show somehow bringing Wanda back.
Right.
After the events of Multiverse of Madness. If you haven't seen that, it's on Disney Plus now. Go check it out.
She wants the power. She wants the Scarlet Witch power.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we've already covered Born Again, but once again, I think this one's the one that has the highest potential to disappoint me.
Yes.
Only because if you have read the Born Again story, it doesn't feel like a Disney Plus show. I know they've updated the rating.
Yeah. But maybe they're using it. All right, I'll be the Pollyanna for a moment. Maybe they're using it to set up a different tone for the Disney stuff. Because WandaVision was pretty serious, right? I mean, it was a very, very serious show with a lot of amazing styling. Right. Okay. The kind of plays off the concept. I
hope
so. Good.
Sorry. No. Finish, Josh.
No. It's it.
I would say my hope is that, kind of like The Boys, they take the essence of the story from the comics, and then make it, because there's a lot of stuff that it's not good in, all the Karen Page stuff. I'll say.
Yeah,
Born Again.
Rough. Yeah, right? That is rough.
So if you read the story, it whatever.
And obviously Karen's a different character in the show.
For sure.
I mean, they had a chance to kill her off. They had a chance to do some of the stories from Daredevil and really fuck her up. But the actress is so damn good at that role. I don't want to see anything bad happen to her. Yeah.
She's still on her social stuff. She's always just representing the show, using the show to do a lot of stuff for charity too. So really cool stuff.
We never dealt with Karen Page and the violence that she committed, that she felt like she had done it before. And I always wanted to get the part of that character is what is broken in her when we see her in the first episode. That one episode where she drives up back home and it's really mostly following her story. That was one of the more tense episodes because I was like, oh, what's going to happen? So we get also Captain America New World Order in May of 2024. So this is all year looking 2 years ahead. Wow. So we have Sam Wilson, Captain America, which we don't know.
I'm so excited.
We don't have a lot of information about this movie. We know kind of the state of the world is in flux because I guess we don't know how much time is going to happen between the Falcon Winter Soldier series to this, right? As far as MCU time. So it'll be interesting to see where they pick up. And then finally for this Phase 5, Thunderbolts, which is going to be a movie. I don't think
this was the one. this is what, for me, I came out of nowhere. I mean, have they even been?
Yeah, they've been building to it.
Where? How? When?
With Elaine from Seinfeld. She's
Oh,
yeah,
fuck, of course.
She recruited in
yeah.
Agent.
God damn, that's right. All right, I totally forgot about that. Okay.
I guess it's
Yeah.
more closer to,
and it's pretty close to Captain America. So
yeah,
does Captain America like work with or against the Thunderbolts?
This feels like it could be like a part 1 and part 2 movies, kind of like Infinity War and Endgame War, right?
Yeah,
I think it could be
really
like
close together.
The consequences of this movie lead directly into what happens in this movie, and maybe that's why they put them so close together.
What happens?
That makes sense.
Yeah, what happens to Cap that the Thunderbolts become the superhero default?
Yeah.
Or what does Cap not do that leads to the Thunderbolts having to do something?
We've seen,
right?
Maybe Cap isn't willing to fall in line with the government. So now Val presents this alternative of like, hey, I got a group of superheroes we can use for the government. So
I mean, and they've already set up that tension in the Disney Plus series, right? There is that tension between what the government wants and expects and what Sam will do.
Yeah.
So
I don't think everyone was very fond of that speech Cap gave at the end of the show.
Mm-hmm.
Those people are wrong.
Yeah. Those people are Homelander fans. We do have here. So when I mentioned Armor Wars, it possibly got weaved into Secret Invasion Ironheart. I hadn't seen anything about that, so we'll have to keep an eye out for that. We know more information is coming. So let's look at Phase 6.
I got one quick point.
Oh, sure.
With Thunderbolts, and when we start to see these villains placed as heroes, they do have a high bar with a character like Homelander. So they have to kind of outdo what Homelander has done in The Boys to make the Thunderbolts feel like a really valid threat, right?
Just bring in, instead of Anthony Starr coming to play Dracula, just bring him in as Hyperion and put him in the Thunderbolts, and then just let him be the same character.
Oh shit, that's a great idea.
Just let him keep playing Homelander, but he's Hyperion. or
he just switches out the outfit.
Or the Sentry. The Sentry would be cool. Like they think.
So
yeah, we haven't used the Sentry at all.
Leonard Kim in chat has a comment that I was also thinking. The blank space.
Yeah, we're moving.
Oh, go ahead.
Let's move on to Phase 6, which I don't have as nice of a picture, but here we are.
That's the same one. I
have seen rumors of Fantastic Four casting that is not John Krasinski as Reed.
Boo! He must be Reed. He must be.
I agree. I don't think that. So I was talking to.
I want him to be Reed so that when things go wrong, he can just look at the camera and go.
So Leonard Kim assume. So I assume there's going to be heavy mutant presence in Phase 6. Maybe. So I'm not as sure about that as the mutant presence. I don't think. We'll see. So we know that all these blank spaces. There's 8 blank spaces on Phase 6. We're gonna hear about it at D23 in September, right?
Yeah,
That's the announcement yesterday. But we do have 3 things in the schedule right now, and I'll give you my theory of what I think is gonna happen. We have Fantastic Four in 2024, November of 2024, which I believe we'll hear finally some casting announcements at D23. Then we have a year later, or almost a year later, Avengers, the Kang Dynasty, which is one of the titles that leaked online because of people were looking at what Marvel was copywriting in Europe, I believe, which is insane to think about, that people can look for all this information anywhere now.
Well, they're fans worldwide, man. Everyone's investigating.
And then we also have in November of 2025, a year after Fantastic Four, Avengers Secret Wars. Now, this could mean a lot of things, right? There's been plenty of Secret Wars. Some include the Beyonder.
It's a big coin push.
The most recent stuff, it's the Jonathan Hickman stuff from 2015. And that's go ahead.
No. You go ahead. Sorry.
I would say, so that's where my theory comes in. So I believe that Phase 6, we're going to have an introduction to the Fantastic Four and obviously Victor Von Doom.
Do you think he's going to be in that, or do you think he's going to show up later?
I think Doom is going to be at least introduced in, or the idea of
Okay.
Doctor Doom is going to be introduced in Fantastic Four, and
Yeah.
throughout this whole phase, we're going to be building up to this Kang Dynasty. But Kang Dynasty is going to be a movie about Kang, the same way that Infinity War was a movie about Thanos, but that was not really the final end point. And I
Right.
feel like at the end of the Kang Dynasty, when the Avengers or the heroes think that they have the day is won and they're about to defeat Kang, Doctor Doom is going to step in and become this omnipotent figure that we know from the comics,
Oh.
and that's going to lead us into Secret Wars, because you can see that the title is gray, so it's, the font is different, right? It's gray, and I wish I had a better picture, but it has like this metallic sheen to it, kind of like Doctor Doom's mask and his armor.
Oh, wow. That's
I didn't even think about that. That's great.
I didn't either. That's brilliant. Yeah.
My theory is that Doctor Doom is the actual big bad of Phase 6, and we're kind of being misled because he hates Reed Richards, right? And Nathaniel Richards is a descendant of Reed. Yeah, I mean, we have Chewie in the chat saying maybe Doom will be pulling the strings, even from Black Panther Wakanda Forever.
Interesting.
So we may get something at the end. Yeah, I mean, this could all be machinations of Doom. So that's just what I'm thinking based on the titles and everything that's going on. But I don't know. I don't work for Marvel.
So wait. So all right. So I love your theory. If it's correct, and we know that Namor is showing up in Wakanda Forever, will we get the famous toot scene? Because I really want it. I want Namor and Doctor Doom blowing on a shell saying toot. I hope that happens. That's all I want in the world.
Right out of the comics.
Right out of the comics.
They want to be that's a nice end credit scene, I think. They do the toot, and we're like, what? Did you want more? Get out of here, nerd.
Now, Leonard Kim says that he feels that there's a heavy mutant presence in Phase 6 that we're just not seeing.
Yeah.
If there's to be one mutant title to show up, what do you think it would be?
It better be. Oh God! I just blanked on it. Shit! What's the British one we all like?
Oh, Excalibur.
Excalibur. Thank you. Let's do Excalibur. I don't know. I'm just spitballing.
Yeah, that Marvel panel was off. Oh God.
Scott Berger watching us on Twitch. Thanks for watching. Yeah, the Marvel panel was.
I would love to sit in the room. Kevin Feige moves Fantastic Four around, Secret Avengers, like when he defines the dates. Like I want to see what's over on the side waiting to be filled up.
I read, and I'm gonna preface this by saying this is probably utter bullshit, and I hope it's wrong. I read somewhere a rumor that they're not even, when they introduce the X-Men, they're not even going to call it X-Men. They're going to call it the Mutants, which is the dumbest thing ever. At least call them Children of the Atom. I mean, come on, the Mutants just sounds stupid, right? But I think I feel like I kind of agree with Leonard Kim. I think all that empty space there is very much like, we don't want to play our cards yet until we do D23, but it is going to be, X-Men.
Yeah. Now we have another comment from Catburger 100. I love that name and the icon too. It's so good. Yeah. We do know that all the rest of these announcements will be announced at D23. So Marvel's definitely holding back some of that stuff for their own convention, which I'm very excited for, because we didn't see any Star Wars stuff at Comic-Con, right? It was mainly the only presence for Marvel or for Disney was Marvel Studios and Marvel Animation, and of course the comics. Then we have a comment from Chewie, Infinity Saga, Multiverse Saga, Dark Phoenix Saga. If they stretch it out throughout a whole bunch of events, I think that's been the problem with the Dark Phoenix Saga, that it's been crunched into a 2.5 hour movie, and that doesn't work. It just doesn't work.
Dark Phoenix needs to take time, like Thanos and Kang. You need to let that. You need to to the power that it is, and let her take over the universe, destroy a couple of planets, pass by Galactus. Let's just have fun with that one, don't let Simon Kinberg fucking near it. He's had 2 cases and he fucked them both up.
Put him on.
Well,
the
and
do
that
not- do not
and
allow.
and that's my only counter to your theory, Daniel, about Doctor Doom showing up. So I feel like Doctor Doom on screen is like the Dark Phoenix saga on screen. They've tried it twice, actually, well, 3 times and it's always failed.
Yeah.
Mm.
And so I feel like Marvel would be like, we don't want to like.
Roger Corman's is pretty great.
No, I agree with you. Roger Corman's is not bad. Like it's by far the most faithful.
I need
Yeah,
to watch that
exactly.
movie. I need to finally.
Oh, I mean,
that movie.
take a stiff shot before you do, but it's not. It's the best representation of Doom. That's the weird thing. We've had it terribly in 2 big budget movies so far, and so I feel like my theory is this. I think I agree with the rough plan that you laid out for Phase 6, Daniel, but I think Kang really is going to be like, I feel like if Kang is all about uniting the timelines, then I think what's going to happen is if Secret Wars is like Secret Wars, the heroes, maybe multiversal, will end up at Kang's home planet, his home base, and then there's going to be fighting. So,
and don't get me wrong. If Kang leads up into the Beyonder, I would also be very excited to see Spider-Man see Spider-Man teach the Beyonder how to poop.
I want to know who is going to play the Beyonder in the big white suit. I just that in my mind is I want to see a person who is the Beyonder. I almost want to see John Delancey play him.
Give us on the chat. Give us your fan casting for the Beyonder with the Discord.
John Delancey. Move him from Q. Bring him into Marvel, and make him the Beyonder.
Does he have to grow a mullet? Can John Delancey grow a mullet? That's the
yes.
All right. Quick aside.
Depp? Hold on. That burglar dropping Johnny Depp as the Beyonder? Fuck, we can't afford that.
We can't. Can I?
That kind of money we get Robert Downey Jr. back. Come on.
Put a mustache on this dude.
Yes.
Can I gripe for a moment? Just as a quick aside.
He stole your look?
Yes. I picked this up. Didn't really care for it at all. But can I just say how pissed off I am that alt covers spoiled the end of this book? Like, I'm looking at the shelf, and this is one of the alt covers, and the other 2... sorry, spoilers. Show the fucking Beyonder on the cover, and that's the big reveal at the end. Why, Marvel? Why? Why did you let this happen?
You got this back.
If I were Al Ewing, I would be livid that they allowed that to pass. I mean,
I struggled to get through the issue, but when I got to the end, I was like, oh wow. And I do like Al Ewing, so I trust him that he has a plan for the long term on this.
And also,
who's the artist? Javier Aguirre?
Javier. Hang on,
Javier
Rodriguez.
Javier Rodriguez.
Yeah. He's great. He's really good. I mean, they're a tight team. But yeah, I really had a hard time with this book. I don't know what was happening.
Yeah.
so
all right.
Anyway, sorry, go on. I was just so pissed off that they ruined it. The big surprise at the end.
I am curious to note that we don't see one Spider-Man movie in that entire bunch. And we do know that Venom does exist in the MCU now. Is there a chance that Venom will finally bond to Spider-Man in multiverse? Oh, in Secret Wars?
Oh, I will be such a fanboy if that happens.
That would be really cool. I would love to see like a poster for Secret Wars where it's that him in the suit, where he's just standing there like he just got it. Like I love that.
Holy shit! I didn't even think about that. That would be amazing.
And the crew that we saw in they were big parts of Secret Wars.
You're right, because Titania is there and she falls for, is it Molecule Man, right? Yeah. Oh wow.
There's a lot of stuff leading up that's very cool to see. I mean, I would think Secret Wars is definitely going to have She-Hulk. definitely going to have the second Avengers, like Hawkeye, Black Widow, maybe U.S. Agent. I mean, do you bring in that group of fake heroes? That would be interesting to see them on a planet, on a Battle World planet. And is Battle World going to be the planet they go to, or is it going to be split up like they did in this last, where they kind of have their own universe?
Yeah.
I suspect it's going to be the latter, not the former.
I mean,
mainly
because it would be wild to have like a Secret War series that was like a standalone story of what that character was doing in Battle World, the same way we got like Planet Hulk and all those other ones,
right?
And get weird, wacky spinoffs. Because those were just fun, you know. I mean, granted, in a long form comic, that's a lot of money to spend on a bunch of series, but in a show, I mean, shit, I'd watch all of them.
Yeah,
no,
I would too.
Yeah, and Deadpool could show up. Secret Wars could be the place where they bring mutants in too.
Yeah. Oh, maybe
I think it's going to happen before that, actually. But yeah,
I've only heard one rumor for casting of Professor X. Have y'all heard any rumors?
I just heard probably the same one you have.
Giancarlo Esposito.
Yeah.
Dude, I would fucking love to see that, man.
That's amazing. Holy crap!
Who could be Magneto next to that guy?
Oh man, I
have no idea.
Like you put Giancarlo Esposito, you need to have somebody who can stand toe to toe with that guy, and that dude's such a great fucking actor. Very few people can do those scenes with him.
I agree. Yeah, I don't even know. Let us know in the chat if you have a good casting for Magneto. If the what about Walter White? What's his name?
Oh yeah. That's a good one. Shit, Bryan Cranston.
Bryan Cranston is Magneto.
Yeah.
What about God, I'm blanking on his name. Shit.
Give me some hints.
Give me a character.
Who just played he just played Jim Gordon in the Batman.
Oh, that's the buff one. Oh, wait,
Right. Jeffrey Wright.
Jeffrey Wright, yeah.
Okay.
Jeffrey Wright would be a good Magneto. Just because he's a fantastic actor. So
he's already Utah. He's the voice of the Watcher.
Oh, that's right. I forgot about that. Okay.
He's all powerful.
So Chewie wants Esposito as Magneto, and then
does make more sense. Denzel's Professor X.
Give me a Denzel Magneto, and it will blow my fucking mind. I want it to be like the level of Training Day evil.
Oh yeah, that's good. That's really good. Yeah,
that's what I would love to see.
Hey, we'll get plenty of Magneto when X-Men 97 comes out. He's going to be leading the X-Men.
And he's wearing the classic Magneto with the giant M costume.
Yeah, if they bring in Joseph into that series, I'm gonna lose my shit.
So can I talk really quick about this morning? I watched the trailer for Wakanda Forever.
Oh, let's watch it and then we'll talk about it.
Okay, all right.
Yeah. I did. I was pulling it up as we were. I did want to wrap up on Marvel since we've been going for about an hour on it.
Yeah, I was gonna say, we're almost there.
We have so much more. I mean, there's obviously a gap that I would love to think that is going to be mutant based and start to tell their origin. And I'm very fucking curious if we're going to go with the Hickman route, where they're a species that live on an island to their own. That's it.
That's pretty amazing.
Look at this bad boy.
I want to get a shirt that just has a giant C on it.
Oh boy. Careful, Clay. You could be misunderstood.
True.
There's that C guy.
Someone will start calling me Seaman. Who are you supposed to be, Seaman?
Seaman?
All right, let's watch Wakanda Forever.
Yeah,
God.
Oh my God, there's just so much going on.
All right, so we're gonna watch for the audio listeners. We're gonna watch Wakanda Forever. You can skip ahead 2 minutes if you don't want to hear the audio, or if you want to hear us gasp or cry. Then you could keep
all the above.
And there's also good music in the trailer. So
yeah, that's true. Let's hope we don't get kicked off. Let's check it out. Y'all can hear it?
Yeah.
No woman, no cry. Little darling, don't shed no tear. No woman, no cry. Good friends we have in good friends we've lost along the way. In this great future, you can't forget your past. So dry your tears, I say.
That is so cool.
Everything's gonna be alright. Everything's gonna be alright. Everything's gonna be alright now. Everything's gonna be alright. Everything's gonna be alright. Everything's gonna be alright.
Wow.
Everything's gonna be
I am queen of the most powerful nation in the world, and my entire family is gone. Have I not given everything?
everything's gonna be alright. Everything's gonna be alright. Everything's gonna be
And when I wake up,
Oh. Wow.
Man, I got
So
chills
much-
again.
I do too.
Oh,
I just want to
okay.
say that is a perfect trailer.
Yeah.
Like, think about what a hard thing that trailer had to do, which was it has to acknowledge Boseman's death. It has to acknowledge the passing, the weight of everything, but still get you excited. And by the end of that, I was like, yes, I'm here. I'm on board. I want to go see this, right? It does all of it. It does it perfectly. God damn, give that trailer an award.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
good.
So good. And it didn't get, I mean, it teases stuff that you're going to see and doesn't give it away. Like,
Right.
that's-
Exactly.
So we
And
see
so,
Namor, and
We see Namor.
and we see the ears, and we see like Atlanteans riding on
Yep.
rails across the sea. That's fucking awesome.
And I am so glad that Namor is showing up as a bad guy,
Yes.
right? Because that's how it should be. That's how it was originally in the Silver Age.
Yeah.
Yeah, like let's do this properly. And they fucking did it. It's great.
And so I'm curious because it looked like American military that was taking over a Wakanda
Like a
base.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like a
I'm
lab or
curious
something.
What's going on? And this and I'm assuming this is all supposed to be told that happened during the blip. This is kind of Angela Bassett talking about him missing and everything, that she's lost so much, and that she has to lead Wakanda through probably its darkest period, which is the story. I mean, I'm like super excited. It's Ryan Coogler, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I saw him speak at San Diego Comic-Con and talk about Chadwick Boseman and what you're missing. He really has to. It's him and it's her. It's Angela Bassett are going to have to carry this movie. And
Yeah.
I have been an Angela Bassett fan forever. Like she was.
Oh, yeah.
Like when they were talking about casting X-Men early on, she was like always up for Storm. People were like, she could carry a Storm film.
Oh yeah.
Like, I want to see her as a superhero, and I think this is her chance to be a superhero leader. Because Wakanda is its own superpower. That's when we left the first film, they let everyone know who they were and what they had, and they're about to help the world, but now the world's about to attack them. And that's what I see this film leading into, and she's going to have to lead them into this war and what's going to happen. We see Black Panther show up at the end. Who is that?
Right.
I mean, it's Shuri, right? I just assumed
I have a different.
that's who takes on the mantle. Sorry, Daniel, go ahead.
No, I mean, first I just want to address. So, what's the likelihood of Storm showing up in a post-credit scene? That's very
That would be
similar to
cool.
Kim. I mean, I think that'd be really, really cool.
That would be cool.
I have, for anybody that watched my video last night, the reaction, I had three different. I had three theories as to who it could be. One of them is definitely Shuri. Now, we know from real life events, the actor that portrays Shuri, Letitia Wright, had some issues and some very differing views to a lot of the people that whatever.
She doesn't believe in science. She's not a
Right.
big fan of science.
Right,
even though
which
the
is
character
very tough when you're portraying a character as intelligent and science-based as Shuri. My other, so when this trailer opened on Nakia, I was like, "What's happening? Why is?" So we know that Nakia
makes
had
sense.
a really big relationship with Black Panther, right? So I think she would also be another option to pick up the mantle.
That's a good one. Yeah.
Because I love her. I love Lupita Nyong'o. She's amazing. And now we have a movie with 2 Mexican actors just kicking ass. Because Namor's portrayed by Tenoch Huerta, who's also Mexican. So obviously, I'm rooting for them to do big things in these movies. But yeah, so I think that was my other option. Now the last theory I had was because this saga is now known as the multiverse saga, and we have a Black Panther with touches of gold in the outfit. Now
You
who was
don't
the last
think-
one?
No way.
No.
I think
Really?
another option is that they could bring in a Killmonger from an
Oh, that's interesting.
or
That would
even
be good, but
even
wow.
that the current Killmonger from this dimension, we know that he went into the ancestral plane, and
Yep.
we know that Wakanda, one of the titles of the Black Panther and the King of Wakanda is the King of the Dead. So it would make some sense that they have a
Oh.
way to bring someone like that back, somebody that could carry the will of the Black Panther forward. Now having maybe learned from his mistakes, maybe Killmonger is a different person. I would love to see. Now it's kind of hard to tell. Like it's hard to tell. Like if is this a man or a woman from
Yeah,
behind?
it's
Like,
just a bodysuit.
yeah. So
Right.
But those were my three. Those were my 3 theories. And I
And
would,
this could be a throwaway. This could be a scene that they just put in that isn't even in the
Yeah.
movie. It's just
Right, exactly.
I mean, we saw that with Infinity War, and
They've never done that. Why would they do that?
I like Leonard Kim's idea of Storm showing up in a post-credit scene, because if we do bring in mutants,
Yeah.
what country would they approach first? Obviously not America, because it's a shithole. I mean, people would attack. Imagine Krakoa with mutants coming into the Gulf and like wanting to get on land. People would just start shooting at them. But I think if you approach Wakanda, like you saw Namor come out, like if you approach Wakanda, I think it's a different scene. It would be kind of interesting to introduce the mutants through Wakanda, because I feel like that's the safest path.
All right, so I have a question, because I've been hearing rumors that if they bring in mutants, they're going to do the Krakoa thing, right?
Yes.
Does Krakoa work without the long history of the X-Men to build off of?
Yes.
Okay, this is me then, because I see it through that lens. Like to me, Krakoa is an end point, not a starting point, right? Like you have to understand how mutants have been treated in the world for two generations.
But your quick fix is you have Professor X on Krakoa. He approaches Wakanda. They're like, "Who are you?" He touches her. They show the story and they recap it like in 5 minutes of what is the mutant.
Okay.
All
right.
It could be that Krakoa is kind of like the mascara, where like people can't go in there, or Wakanda. Wakanda was hidden forever, right? Like there's no point now.
Yeah, I mean, what if Wakanda found another country that was hiding?
Yeah,
that they didn't know about.
Or maybe they did know about it, they just didn't want to bring it up. But now the consequences of everything that's happening kind of lead for them to have to reach out.
If you had 3 mutants show up at the end of this film to approach the Queen of Wakanda, what 3 characters do you want to see?
Certainly Storm.
I think Storm for sure.
Professor X.
What if it were Magneto? Because again, he's presenting himself as the ambassador of the mutants, and you don't understand that he's evil, right?
Oh shit, that would be awesome to have, like, him and the Brotherhood of Evil Mutants walk out.
Yeah.
Oh shit! Like the OG ones, like Toad
Yeah.
and oh my god, and Scarlet
wait,
Witch
so-
and Quicksilver. Like, what if it was those?
Oh.
Like a different Scarlet Witch and a different Quicksilver.
So what if here's also a theory in Secret Invasion, because it's all built around the Skrulls being shapeshifters, we get introduced to what's her face who shapeshifts?
Oh,
I was
Mystique.
thinking of Mimic.
Mystique.
Yes.
Yeah, right. Because it's the same power. So it's like, what if they like throw that in? Like, I can see them now, to Leonard's
Just
point, like
point at each
sprinkling mutants in,
Yeah.
like throughout all the Phase 4 stuff or Phase 5 stuff.
Since the
you know?
Multiverse of Madness, we've broken.
Yeah.
You know, the multiverse, so they could start sprinkling in, and
Yeah.
she would be the one who could survive. Her and Mimic could both just hide in plain sight.
Yeah.
I am all about this Namor look.
Oh yeah,
I am too.
Like,
God, it looks so good.
so excited.
I'm really
The
intrigued
interview
by the
with him at
fact that
Comic-Con?
Wait, what was that, Clay?
Did you see the interview with him at Comic-Con?
No, I haven't. I haven't seen it.
It's worth checking out. That dude is so excited and just happy. He's just like, he was just talking about being a kid growing up, and he's like, I'm from the hood. Like, this is so weird playing this king of the underworld. He was real excited.
I was gonna say I'm really intrigued that Wakanda Forever seems to be turning into a film about the ramifications of the end of Black Panther, when you get him saying we need to be part of the world now.
Yes.
And then what happens when the linchpin of that is gone?
Right.
Right. And people know it exists. People know where it is. So we seem to be having this, like, the Americans like, well, we need this as a resource. Is that also what Namor is doing? Like, we need this as a resource, right? So
Look at this.
was that Stark Tech, by the way, that they were like the underwater suits? It looked like a Hulkbuster. They were lowering into the water.
I think it was just like the
dive
diving
suit?
suits, like
Just a really thick diving suit.
yeah, like the ones that are for like real big depths or whatever.
Right. Okay. Yeah.
I saw somewhere and I read that the Atlanteans are only blue outside of the water.
Oh, that's cool.
That in the
Oh.
water they all look like Namor, or like they have the similar skin tones. Because I believe some of these actors are indigenous that are playing these guys. So
Cool.
I forgot. I read her name in particular. I do like that they have the breathing apparatus, so it looks like Namor's the only one that can go back and forth.
Right.
But I mean,
Well, he's
it
the
all
only
looks,
half breed, right?
yeah. So, but it looks so cool. Like all these, just I don't know much about Atlantis as far as like the what do you call it?
The world.
How it's been written before. Like I know it's supposed to be somewhere along like by Greece or in the Mediterranean or somewhere supposedly. But yeah, I don't mind the change. I like that they're kind of updating some of that stuff or changing that. Also, we get introduced to Riri. Here we see working on some Ironheart gear. So very, very fun stuff.
Did she reverse engineer the suit?
I would think so.
That's kind of what it looks like. Yeah.
Yeah, I bet she just kind of figured it out too. Like, oh, that's a good idea, Stark. But let me show you how to make it even better.
Because I'm very curious as to one aspect of Wakanda is when they bring Vision there and they put him on the table to remove the Soul Stone. That is like tech that is beyond Wakanda, right? Because we're dealing with like a sentient life form. You know, and does Wakanda record and all that technology for its own benefit while it's trying to fix him?
I would think so.
You know, for their own safety, for their own knowledge. I mean, I'm kind of curious, like how much they kept of Vision during his
and when Shuri was trying to figure it out, like she had a different approach than what Banner and Stark did, right? I think she said like, why didn't you try this? And they were both like, oh yeah, shit, why didn't we try that or something like that? So I think there's definitely more of a key to getting the technology. Also, I'm very excited because it looks like we definitely are going to see that the conflict comes from Namor and his people flooding Wakanda. Now, how do you flood a city that is, or a country that is in the middle of the continent? And we know there's a big body of water next to it, so that's going to be really interesting. We know that in the Avengers versus X-Men storyline, when Namor was wielding the Phoenix Force, he flooded Wakanda, and that was a big part of the rivalry between Black Panther and Namor. Have never really liked each other, but also they're two characters that fully understand each other because they're both, they're both leaders of their own people.
Right.
And Namor's a member of the Illuminati in the 616. I wonder if he'll become one in the cinematic.
He could have been that missing chair in the 838 that we saw in Multiverse.
Oh, wow. That's a good point.
That's a
really good point.
Marvel has an interesting position because they have TV shows that they can update and make changes to. And let's say that they didn't want to reveal Namor in that movie, but they want to reveal him here. What if they added a scene back to old shows where they put in characters like that? Would you go rewatch them just to see those minutes?
Yes.
Okay. I just
you were a cool idea to update this.
Re-release it in the theater. I'll go watch it.
I'll go watch it. You're what you're describing, Clay, is what I always wanted to happen with the first Back to the Future movie, which is when Back to the Future 2 came out. I was like, oh, what if they we go watch Back to the Future and we can see other Marty in the background moving around, right? That'd be awesome. So
yeah. I mean, it's like books. We get updates from Kindle, right? So why wouldn't we get an update? Say an update to the Hawkeye series has been downloaded for your Disney Plus enjoyment.
Speaking of, I brought this up at Comic Book Club, Clay, but I got an email from Amazon saying we've updated your copy of Pulp, by Brubaker. Yeah. And the reasoning was we gave you the wrong book originally. And I'm like, no, I'm pretty sure I read Pulp. I don't know what you're talking about, Amazon, but the whole Comixology thing just keeps getting worse and worse. Anyway, cut that out. Go on.
Here's what I was talking about. So as Namor descends into his, shark throne.
Fuck yeah.
Megalodon jaws.
Right, yeah.
You can see these guys, they look, they have normal skin tones here.
Yep.
And these are the same people that I think, I don't know if it's the same exact two people, but, all the Atlanteans, as we'll call them for now until we're told otherwise, they look blue when they go outside of the water, right?
Yeah.
Really, really interesting choice. I love I just love everything about Namor right now.
I'm excited. I'm curious to see. I'm pretty sure they don't put wings on his feet.
I don't see them, but I do. He does have the little spiky ears.
He does, yeah.
And I hope that his war cry remains the same of Imperious Rex.
Yes.
When he just yells that in the comics before he attacks. Even though I remember Stan Lee in an interview said oh yeah, that means nothing. It doesn't. He's like, I just want something that sounds cool.
So have they not introduced Namor before because he got wrapped up in the rights for Fantastic Four?
Yeah.
With Fox? Okay.
Yeah. So he's always been considered an FF character, and so were the Badoon. The Badoon were the original bad guys in the first Guardians of the Galaxy, but James Gunn has said that they were always considered an FF property, so he had to use the Sakaran.
So, interestingly enough, originally Namor's rights were they were at Universal with the Hulk.
Really?
I don't know how. I don't know
why.
I remember
individually.
I just googled it real quick, and I'm looking at an article from Screen Rant from 2020. Because I remember seeing a graphic of who had what properties, and for some reason Namor was stuck in between Universal and Fox or Universal and Marvel. It was very weird. I don't know the reasons. I guess because he is a Fantastic Four character, but he's also maybe I don't know how he would do with the Hulk or how he got to Universal. Maybe they just bought Namor outright.
Could be
on his own, a standalone thing.
I mean, it could be a character that exists on his own because he's head of the Atlanteans underwater. I mean, having a whole country come out of the water to America would be kind of wild.
Yeah. So I don't really know how we got there. I have one last thing to show. That's not. I mean, it's some concept art that we saw. Andy Park, who's an artist designer at the
Andy
MCU.
Park. He is just the best.
Just some concept art for Ant-Man and the Wasp. And then we see. I should have pulled up the other one because Kang's in the back.
Oh yeah, he's in the background. Yeah,
Is that Cassie? Did he have a suit for Cassie?
that's what I've been hearing. Yeah, so it's
Thatcher's going to be part of it.
We're getting the Young Avengers. Holy shit!
so.
Will we have the Young Avengers by Secret Wars?
I bet we do. That's got to be one of the blanks, right? Because they clearly been setting it up, and we've already got, we've got Ms. Marvel, we've got Hawkeye, we've got Ironheart's coming, we've got
and
Tommy and Billy. Do we know Tommy and?
Oh, go ahead.
Oh, Tommy and Billy from WandaVision.
Yep. Okay.
And I think Thor will probably still be an Avenger because it seems like Thor's going to stick around for a while after watching the movie the other night.
I still have to go see that. Okay.
Yeah, you should.
Dude, you need to.
It's very.
I had a blast. I fucking loved Thor. I sat there with the biggest grin on my face. I love.
It looks fun.
If I had any complaint about it, it was that Jason Aaron's story is bigger than the movie, and what they took and put in the movie worked. But man, that Jason Aaron story alone, if you go read Thor, Walt Simonson, Jason Aaron, those are the two that that's it. You have everything you need to know. And Gore in the book was fantastic. I think Christian Bale took the best parts of Gore and put it on the screen.
I agree.
Nice.
All right. I think that's all is there anything else Marvel that you guys wanted to touch on real quick? I know we got so much from Marvel. But I think we kind of covered it. We'll definitely, stay tuned. I'm sure we'll do another one of these after D23.
Oh yeah.
Because these are
absolutely
a lot of fun.
If D23 is the mutant announcement, expect a 2-hour show.
Oh yeah.
right.
And stay tuned to the channel as well because we'll definitely have more videos and all this stuff. I'll see if I can do any more. I don't know. I want to do something with Namor, so I want to put a video together for Namor. Let's talk a little bit of Warner Brothers real quick. It was definitely not as much stuff as we were expecting. In comparison to Marvel,
the Shazam trailer, if you want to pull it up.
Yeah, we saw. So did you guys watch the Shazam trailer? Both of you guys watch it? Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, you haven't seen it? Okay.
I did.
Yeah, we can watch it, Clay. So it was really all about Shazam and Black Adam. Like that was really mainly the panel, which is interesting because both characters are very related to each other. Yet in their movies, they don't really acknowledge each other at the time. We didn't get a Black Adam trailer, but we did get some additional footage from just like a little short that you can check on the Warner Brothers YouTube channel. But let's check out Shazam. We'll talk a little bit more about it. The only other thing, there was a House of the big panel like for Warner Brothers because that's also Warner Brothers. I'm excited for that. I was one of the 3 people that enjoyed Game of Thrones all the way through.
The 3 people.
So
you and the creators.
It was me and David Lindelof and Daniel. That's 3. Maybe George R. R. Martin too. I don't know. He's very quiet about it now. Let me pull up the Shazam trailer.
Okay.
But go ahead.
I was going to ask you. I know that there was all these rumors about Superman and Henry Cavill being there. Nothing.
No,
we got nothing. It was just I don't know who started the rumor.
I saw a tweet from Dan Merle, and it was really funny because it was like the news cycle in 3 stages now. So we have, and this is just I'm picking on Screen Rant because that's the example he used. We have Screen Rant, the first article, rumors of Henry Cavill maybe showing up at San Diego Comic-Con. Then their second tweet, another article, like the day of, Henry Cavill does not show up at San Diego Comic-Con. And then the last tweet, fans are angry at Henry Cavill not showing up as Superman. Like, hold on a second.
You created the hype and then you just report on the hype.
And like I said, I'm just picking on Screen Rant because that was the example we were given. But like all these news outlets, like they picked up a rumor and they're like, oh yeah, we're that's what's gonna happen now.
Fuck Screen Rant. It's a bad site. They offer very little money for the writing they put out, but create a lot of hype for nothing that exists.
yeah, I hope that they at least, like I said, I know they don't pay well for their articles, but sometimes, I mean, the people that do the articles, they're very good at it. So like, it's not their fault. But,
yeah, but they're willing to lie about stuff to create hype that doesn't. It's weird because if you're Screen Rant and you're going to have somebody come on and report falsehoods and then report on the falsehoods as if it was a story, why not just say, hey, this person might be working for DC to create hype over something that doesn't exist through their forum?
Yeah. We did get some really cool news that part, if not all, like the Snyderverse is back.
Yes. Who had more news this week than Zack Snyder, and he didn't even go to Comic-Con?
He did not, Zack Snyder, but I will be paying attention to this all the way through. Hold on, let me bring Josh back in. Josh, I don't know if you heard, but Zack Snyder was news at Comic-Con. He will be doing a cameo in Teen Titans Go, the Cartoon Network series, as you can see here in this preview.
Nice.
Start recruiting those kids young.
I love it. I mean, listen, if I was a kid and you showed me these two posters, those were his movies, I was like, yeah, I'm in. Let's go. What are these? I'll watch these.
And then you're sorely disappointed when you actually watch them. So
gosh,
300's bad.
He's gonna kick me out.
Wait, did you say 300's bad?
I said 300's badass.
Okay.
Oh no. I think 300 is basically lifted right out of the book.
Yeah,
it's done so well because he basically copied Frank Miller.
Yeah, all the movies are. I mean, that's what he does. He's really good at getting those panels and adapting them.
He obviously knew the shit to adapt because Marvel's adapting Born Again. So I mean,
Born Again, yeah.
We're just going through the Frank Miller.
Zack Snyder's Born Again. Let's go.
And hopefully taking out all the problematic stuff. So the stuff that is not aged well about Frank Miller.
Yeah, that's true. All right, let me go pull up this trailer for Shazam: Fury of the Gods.
Oh, you guys hadn't watched it yet? Sorry, I thought you were gonna watch it.
I'm sorry. I saw Gail Simone just get so pumped over this, and she was wanting to write Shazam after seeing the trailer.
Nice.
So I was like, okay.
I could see her nailing Shazam after this trailer. Yeah,
I would read her series.
Yeah.
Here we go. Now, once again, for the audio listeners, you can skip ahead a few minutes. There's only 2 minutes, so let's check out the trailer for Shazam: Fury of the Gods.
It's showtime!
I love the song.
Powers, if I'm being honest. Like, what am I even contributing? Ow! There's already a superhero with a red suit with a lightning bolt on it. Oh boy. Aquaman is literally huge and he's so manly. And Batman is so cool. And I'm just me.
Oh, awesome.
I feel like a fraud. It doesn't matter. Anyway, the wizard gave me superpowers. And then everybody got superpowers. Where's everyone going?
To fight crime?
Okay.
Now everyone's kind of like doing their own thing, and I'm the only one trying to keep it together.
You understand I'm a pediatrician. Right?
Come on!
That Annabelle?
That was the Annabelle.
That was Annabelle?
The fate of the world depends on it. The daughters of Atlas are coming for you.
Helen Mirren?
The power of all the gods. This is very personal, Billy.
Look, I might not have as much experience as you because I'm not super old like you, but I've seen all of the Fast and the Furious movies, lady. It's all about family! Family! Guys, how's the signal?
Introducing the star of our show. His name is Shazam!
Your world will not survive this.
I don't know how we fight powers like this.
Get married, Marvel? Yeah. You think I know how to fix this, dude, but I really don't.
Everyone can be worthy. Let's give it a chance. Now go fight for your family. Go fight for the world.
Hurry, step right up. You wouldn't want to be anywhere
I just threw a truck at a dragon. I love my life.
Fuck yes. That was so fun.
I know. Helen Mirren showed up, and I'm like, I want this so bad. Who is she playing?
She's one of the daughters of Atlas. So Lucy Liu and her are daughters of Atlas. I'll look up their names in a minute. Or if you have
the
them
daughter of the gods.
Chat, throw them up.
Man.
You know them.
Dude, that was so good. Like, the first movie is great because it's a good origin. It's always the second one you gotta like really hit hard, and it's an interesting choice that those two are the villains. Like, Helen Mirren is not one you'd put at the top of the list. Like, she's extra casting in Fast and the Furious, but fuck yeah, I love her.
Yep. And I just like the let's make a villain that you haven't. I'm trying to find a way to phrase this. It's an unexpected choice for a villain in terms of acting, right? And yet it's the perfect choice for a villain because Helen Mirren and Lucy Liu are amazing, and I cannot wait to see them do this. So,
so Helen Mirren plays Hespera, Lucy Liu plays Calypso.
Oh, yeah.
So they're both deities. Like Clay pointed out, and I pointed out in my video yesterday, this is the Annabelle doll from the Conjuring universe.
That's so bright. Why is that there?
I don't know, but I love it.
I want to get one and just have it in the background now in different places staring at you.
I would never. Oh, that's never let that into my house.
That whole line about, I'm a pediatrician, right? It's just so good. So I agree. I think the sophomore effort is the hardest, but I love the idea that the struggle here for Captain Marvel is keeping the others together, right? Yeah. Like how do we continue bonding as a family? So
well, they're all kids with superpowers. I mean, what would you do with superpowers? I mean,
exactly.
You'd go back.
Not good stuff, let me tell you.
Yeah. So like him being, I just love that they're keeping to the kid aspect because I think you just constantly need to remind it. Billy Batson's just how old is he in the movie? In the comic, he's 10.
I think he's 12 in this one.
He's like 12, 13,
12, 13, because he was in high school, like freshman
he was
in high school, I think.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay, so
it's essentially a kid fighting these adult villains.
Deities.
Now deities. And he's also someone who can defeat Superman.
So I have a theory, seeing this 2 times now. So the whole plot seems to be revolving around these gods, right? When he's going through the other heroes that exist, who is left out? Wonder Woman.
Oh.
Is she left out because she's going to appear? Right? They didn't want to hint at it too much. So
look, I don't want to start any rumors like Screen Rant, but Superman's also left out. And we know that Billy's friends with Superman from the end credits of the last
From the end credit, yeah, true. Well, friends maybe. He's had school lunch with.
With a disembodied Superman.
He got to sit at the same table as Superman.
Right, exactly.
I do hope that in the first movie we get what I would call a horror scene in that boardroom meeting when all the demons show up.
Oh yeah.
I hope that this scene that's gonna play out here in the museum is kind of the same for that, where all the people are running, and then these two just wreck everyone like that.
Yeah.
I think the what's the name of the director? David something maybe.
David Fincher.
No, not
David.
David Sandberg.
Hang on.
David Sandberg.
Sandberg. Okay.
Yeah.
Is he associated with the Annabelle? I'm trying to figure out why that's there.
It's Warner Brothers, right? So they could.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. All right.
Yeah. James Hahn was involved with those, and he's directing the Aquaman movie.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. All right.
So it's all in the fam. But yeah, I love it. This looks like a ball of fun. I love when he's talking to Helen Mirren at the Shake Shack or whatever.
Talking about the Fast and Furious. It's all about family.
Obviously, he hasn't seen them all because Helen Mirren's in one of them. Or a bunch of them.
Oh, yeah, but she's not Helen Mirren in this world, so
he don't recognize.
Maybe Maybe he points out how much she looks like a character from
that would be
Fast
the
and
greatest
Furious.
end credit scene is Shazam is watching Fast and Furious with her and going, "Look, she looks just like you."
Or he's watching it with the family and he does the Leonardo DiCaprio like,
Yeah,
you know the meme. It's like, oh,
it does the meme.
yeah, I love hearing with the plan doesn't work. Like when he says family, like nobody shows up.
Nobody shows up.
It's so funny. It's so funny. And that's what I want from this. From Shazam, I want lighthearted movies.
Yeah.
That are fun. Superhero shenanigans. That's what I loved about the first one, which that made it really fun.
Shazam needs to be like a kid's movie that grows with it, the way the Harry Potter movies got more adult along the way. Like it's
right.
The first three films really need to stay framed around the kids and family and that stuff. But it's slowly showing that you have to fight big world, real problems. And getting there is, wow, that dragon is just fucking badass.
It is. That's amazing.
If there's not an action figure of that, then they fucking don't know what to do.
I hadn't seen that Lucy Liu's riding the dragon.
Oh shit! She's a dragon rider.
I just saw that. So the panel yesterday was all about dragons. Also, I don't know who this is supposed to be. She also has like these powers in her hands.
Yeah, that come out of her hand. I saw that.
Let me check out the cast. See if I can figure out.
Do the IMDb check.
Marta Milans plays Rosa Vasquez, but I don't think they're giving her a name yet. So I'm intrigued. They're gonna introduce this as a character. This has to be another daughter of Atlas that's not evil. If I had to make a guess. So
we'll not see. Knowing Dragon Ball Z, it looks like something out of Dragon Ball Z.
Yeah. Sure. I guess it could be.
Just looks like a suit and lightning.
So can I bring in something from Comic-Con that's not Marvel or DC related that I got excited about?
Oh yeah.
Speaking of dragons, they released the full trailer for Dungeons and Dragons.
Yes.
Have you guys seen it?
Yes.
Yes.
It looks hella fun. Hella fun. I was so hyped. And it was funny because it dawned on me watching it that if you think back to like D&D lore, right? And it's so convoluted because they have so many different settings and worlds. Like you don't have a clear setting to set it in, right? Like it's just so what they do have are creatures. And they all make an appearance. You get the mimic, you get the gelatinous cube, you get the different types of dragons. Owlbear, exactly. I mean,
one of my favorites. God,
it just looks so good. I am.
But when you're a Dungeons and Dragons, you better have a better dragon than the superhero movie.
Right? Yeah, I know exactly. I think the one dragon we see in the trailer is just because it's a type of dragon. I forget which one. It's like an earth dragon or.
We at book club. We were talking to Kat. She jumped on after you left, Josh.
Right as I left, yeah.
As you were leaving, and I asked her about it because I noticed that when I was doing the video, the reaction for this one, I noticed that this black dragon does not spew fire. Right? I thought he was going to, and then he didn't. And then if we keep looking at the scene here and. I'm not playing the sound on the video, but just like
but then
stuff blows up, but it looks like acid. I think it's acid.
Right.
Or like,
yep.
At first, I thought it might be like hot tar or something like that, or poison. But normally in D&D, I believe black dragons spew acid.
Yeah,
or they can. My favorite reveal of the trailer.
Yes.
I
love this so much.
When we find that Chris Pine is a bard,
so good.
I love
that little hop at the end. It's just wonderful.
I laughed so hard when we were.
I did too.
Recording it.
I made
perfect sense.
I made my daughter watch this because she just started playing D&D. She's playing a bard, and you have to get to the very end. I'm like, no, just keep watching. Just keep watching. And we got to that little bit. We both just lost it because it's so good.
Yeah. Now, I don't know for the D&D hardcore fans. I don't know how much they'll like this because I feel like one of the fun things about D&D for them is they come up with their own stories and it's very flexible. Whereas this is a scripted story. Like this is like somebody giving you like the one shot from a book that you can't really interact with. I think this would have been kind of, or maybe when it's released like digitally, maybe it has some kind of aspect of like choose your own adventure type of thing, like what they did with the Bandersnatch.
Yeah,
on Netflix.
that'd be cool.
but yeah, I think this movie's gonna be for the casual D&D player where they're like, oh, I've seen that thing. Like when they said owlbear, I didn't remember what it looked like, but I knew I've heard of one before. Or when they're futzing around with the treasure chest and it turns out there's like a monster inside of it, like trying to eat the player. I was like, oh, that's happened in some of the one shots that I played. Like, so yeah, very excited for this one as well. D&D.
Yeah, if they do lean into the monsters, it'd be interesting because they have a pretty solid cast with Chris Pine leading it, and Michelle Rodriguez from the Fast and Furious kicking ass. She looks
amazing. Yeah, she looks great. And the guy from Bridgerton, as I'm assuming he's playing a paladin. I think that's what
I think he's the paladin. Mm-hmm.
Okay, yeah.
So very exciting.
The casual use of rock music in it. I think it's trying to be very open to new people. And and it would be interesting if they do. What if they kill off all the people and the monsters are the big heroes of the story, or they're the stars? Like, and everyone goes, "Oh, I'd love to fight that," or "I'd love to fight that." And that's the angle.
Yeah, we do have Michelle Rodriguez as the barbarian of the group. It looks like, which I mean, perfect casting, I think. One other thing I wanted to touch on real quick. We got a final, like a 3-minute trailer for Lord of the Rings, Rings of Power. The only thing I'll say about that one is that you can tell where Amazon put that money in that show. It looks crisp. Like I'm talking, like I'm not the biggest Lord of the Rings fan. Like I've seen the movies, I like the movies, I've seen the extended cuts. But I'm so bad at remembering names and like places and all the little details. It took me till season 3 of Game of Thrones to remember who all the characters were, and by then half of them were dying or dead. So I'm excited. I'm excited for Rings of Power. I'll definitely be at least covering the first episode. All this stuff comes out in August, early September. I don't know when I'm gonna watch. Like House of the Dragon is August. Andor is August. She-Hulk is August.
Andor and She-Hulk is at the same time.
Andor and She-Hulk is at the same time. What's the other thing? The Rings of Power is like Labor Day weekend. It drops, so September 3rd, I think. So much stuff. There's other stuff. We had a lot of animation news. I'm very excited for some of that stuff. And I think I told Clay before we started, in the Star Trek panel, like the main thing they talked about was Picard. There was a new teaser for that. But I don't know. I know you guys, Clay, you said you weren't really watching that show.
Yeah, I started the first season. I haven't even finished it. Like, I enjoy Strange New Worlds way more. Like, I don't know what it is, but their angle on Picard is not something that I really dig, or the characters that they add to it. So I just get kind of bored and just don't care. And like, I even see Q coming up and the rest of the cast returning, and I'm kind of like, so.
So we also have another thing that caught my eye. There's going to be a Teen Wolf, the movie, based on the MTV show. I actually liked the first few seasons of that show with Tyler Posey and Tyler Hoechlin. Also, Sarah Michelle Gellar is joining the cast. Getting the Vampire Slayer to join your werewolf show, like that's
pretty
cool.
Good casting, though. That
cool.
makes me more interested.
Yeah. So, and it's just a movie, right? So I don't have to follow along with like 10 seasons. Like I said, I liked the first few seasons of Teen Wolf, and it was really interesting.
Is she a wolf hunter or a wolf?
Ah, man,
you better make her a wolf hunter.
I would hope so. So yeah, I don't know. Okay. So she's gonna join the spin-off of Teen Wolf called Wolfpack. So maybe she is a werewolf.
Wolfpack.
Yeah, I don't know. Huh.
Okay.
And then this Teen Wolf is gonna be a Paramount Plus movie. So, I get Paramount Plus every couple of months just to kind of catch up on some of that stuff. But we'll see. Like I said, I liked the show when it originally aired because I was at that age where I was young enough that I'm like, oh, there's still pretty good looking people making a show. I'll watch it.
I was at an age. Fuck.
I know. I had the same thought. I was like, you mean the original? Oh, he doesn't mean the original. He means the shit.
I'm so. I mean, I love the other Teen Wolf. I love. I like Teen Wolf. Teen Wolf 2 is fine.
Never seen Teen Wolf 2. I'm a Bateman fan, but you're not going to get me to watch Teen Wolf 2. I'm sorry. So
maybe when we hit 1,000, that'll be one of our goals.
We'll watch Old Boy and Teen Wolf 2.
DC didn't give us much, but they did give us Wasp Fantastic. I agree. And a lot of people are making like comparisons to, obviously MCU's got their shit a lot more together than DC. But
DC's struggling. I mean, it's really struggling.
They're struggling. I think they're struggling to make a cohesive universe, but I think what they've delivered so far this year has been really good, right?
Which I think was. Oh, go ahead.
My big complaint is that they don't understand they don't understand comics, for one. Yeah. I mean, like, they want to make movies, so they just see a property and they just say, okay, that's the Joker. What if we just did a Joker movie? And then they want to reward Todd Phillips for doing a great film and taking that property and make him like a manager of the DC universe. And it's like, that's not what Todd Phillips is great at. Todd Phillips, don't make him, oversee a universe. He can make movies, do that. Like, I don't understand when they take movie makers and put them in that position. Like, you need someone who plots out and plans out like decades,
yes.
and is willing and is able to make those changes. Like, I still think they have a solid foundation for a Justice League team. I would love to see Shazam join the Justice League with Wonder Woman and not the Flash, maybe a
different Flash. Yeah, exactly.
I mean, I would love to see a B team, Justice League. I want to see a Guy Gardner. I want to see different versions of that Justice League. It doesn't always have to have the Holy Trinity in it.
Yeah. The problem the DCEU has had since the get-go is they looked at Marvel and said, oh, well, if they're doing it, we can do it too, without these critical things. The longevity of building it up, having Kevin Feige, and like you're saying, Clay, don't give a single director the creative control over an entire shared universe. Just don't do it. And their movies have been getting better when they don't do that. When they're just like, here's a one and done, here's a thing. Like, let's not interconnect them. Let's just let them be their own thing. Yeah. They tend to be good, right? And when they try and Snyderverse it all, it just doesn't work. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I mean, those films still exist in that universe, but like, if you're going to bring in a Batman or Superman into this universe, it's not going to be Affleck or here it is. We got to have a break for a Zack Snyder. I still wish they had a better cover than that one.
Yeah.
They'll re-release. Is that
just a picture of Zack Snyder?
Just.
Did you guys? Did you guys see all the news reports coming out about him supposedly hiring a marketing firm to get the release Snyder Cut going?
Yeah, they were saying that there were like it was less than 20% of them were bots that were creating the traffic on Twitter. I mean, imagine you got the ability to. Hey, I would love to see a Catwoman Part 2. Halle Berry, bring her back.
Oh boy. Just saw a post from the producer of Armorverse. It's still coming out. Yeah, I think it'll be announced with the.
It's gonna be in Phase 6, maybe.
Yeah. Now I know for Clay wrote down What If Season 2, which they gave us a little bit, including What If is gonna adapt 1602, Neil Gaiman's 1602.
I missed that. That's amazing. Yes,
that is the weirdest.
I love it. Are they just trying to find a way to like attach Gaiman's name to the MCU at this point?
I would. Yeah, Sandman coming out, you might as well.
Yeah,
I would make that What If drop the same time Sandman came out.
That can't happen because that's like next month, right?
Yeah, Sandman comes out in August. So speaking of, you guys, as I said, we put out a bunch of videos, and for some reason, the Sandman one is the most watched on our channel. Which, hey, I love Neil Gaiman, so excellent.
And it's going to be horror.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I want to kind of close out with, let's just go watch the Sandman trailer together. I don't know if you guys have seen it.
Not this one.
The newest one? Okay, great. Cool. Perfect. So yeah, let's go. We'll watch this, talk a little bit about it, and maybe get out of here. I don't even know if we'll do recommendations this week. Just there's so much Comic-Con coverage.
Yeah, I know.
And
I do want to talk about one film I saw as a warning to all to not watch.
Okay, we'll leave that in recommendations. It'll be what not to watch.
Okay.
All right, so let's check out this trailer for the Sandman coming to Netflix August 5th. That's like
shit. It's like next week. Yeah.
And there's 10 episodes, and we know that Neil Gaiman revealed that they got David Mack to do the animation for the closing credit scenes of every episode. It is insane.
David Mack?
Yeah. Because he hadn't worked on Sandman in forever, but Gaiman felt like he should do something, right? He's a big part of the series because he worked on making covers and a lot of that stuff forever. It's on Twitter. If I find it, I'll share it with you guys.
And famously, he did the opening credits for Neverwhere. Like the very first like BBC adaptation, and the producers were amazed because he did it all with like a single light bulb and like an old camera, and they're like, "How did you do this?" So
it was all South Park style animation.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, let's check out the trailer for the Sandman.
Your waking world is shaped by dreams. Dreams and nightmares that I create.
Oh, yeah.
And which I must control.
Nice. He's out there looking for me, isn't he?
Can you imagine the damage he could do?
I need your help. If dreams disappear, then so will humanity.
I could do without dreams for a while. I haven't had a decent night's sleep in ages.
Not a fan of that.
I'm not going to stop until I've reshaped this world.
Tell us, what power of dreams can have?
I thought about giving up, but I have a job to do, and I do it.
Things have changed. Your eyes will tell me everything. Every thought, every feeling.
I hate it so much.
My creations do not walk amongst the living, killing mortals for pleasure.
Oh, you don't think dreams can die? Let's find out.
Nightmares do not belong in the waking world.
Oh, it turns out I fit right in.
Dreams don't die.
Mr. Sandman.
Wow! Holy shit! That was like the book come alive.
Exactly.
That was close.
We get Matthew. We get. I'm kind of stunned. I was right. We get the first 2 volumes in this, and you get the classic issue with Death and Dream as she's doing her work. You get. Oh God! It just looks amazing.
I mean, was that the Death and Dream story about the guy who becomes president of the world? That one?
No. It's the one that bookends the first 2 volumes where Death's all depressed because he's lost all the time, Dream is depressed, and so Death walks him around with what she's doing, and you get it's a very down to earth story. You get like the kid playing soccer, and she like catches the ball. I mean, it's going to be amazing.
I got a question. You guys may know more. Do you guys know who he's supposed to be playing?
I believe he is playing because he's holding the red stone, so he's playing.
Let me get my book.
So he's not Professor Lupin holding the philosophy.
No, he's not. Is it Dr. God, what is his name? It's shit. All right, yeah. You point out the same one I was gonna get. God damn it! He looks way creepier in the comic. He's like much more like his body's like falling apart. God damn it! What is his name? That's the one.
If you haven't gone to the
Doctor.
shop this week, if you haven't gone to the shop, you may find they released a bunch of these deluxe covers.
Oh, did they?
All of them. Yeah, I almost bought a few, but I was like, no, because if I get one, I have to buy them all. Hold on, Clay, give me a second.
Yeah.
Look at that mask.
Oh God.
Oh yeah.
Oh, I just love this early art in it. It's
What?
so dark.
What is his name? It's Doctor something, and he gets his power from that stone. But the stone is part of Dream's like regalia.
Oh, I see. Hold on, Clay.
Yeah, there it is. That's the one they're doing. Oh, it's gonna be so good.
So Patton Oswalt was voicing that crow.
Yeah.
Matthew. Yeah.
Matthew. So it's not till later that we get the guy with the pumpkin head, right?
There he is. That's Who is that?
Tell me that again, Clay. Oh, holy shit! He's the guy.
Yeah, he looks.
He's Professor Lupin.
Yeah, he's really decrepit in the book because the stone's been like basically causing him to like fall apart.
I need to go back and reread this stuff. There's some stuff that I haven't read. The only one I remember clearly is Season of the Witch, which I think is volume 4.
That sounds right. Yeah,
where we have, Lucifer.
Oh God, that was such a great shot with her wings.
Yeah,
that was amazing.
Who's Emma Thompson supposed to be? Was that
Emma Thompson's in it?
Maybe it
that's not Emma Thompson. No, it's
it looks like
that was Gwendolyn. What's her name?
No, not that person.
Do you mean Joe? Oh, I don't. I bet that's Desire. That looks like Desire.
It looks like Emma Thompson with a lot of makeup, but maybe it's not.
Emma Thompson a decade or two ago.
Yeah. Okay.
I mean, the thing about Desire is,
tell me about Desire.
I mean, well, they're androgynous.
Yeah.
So you have to kind of have an actor that can.
That was
male, female.
That was Lucifer in the TV show. That was his big line, like, "Tell me your deepest desire," and like, yeah, that was how he got people to do whatever he wanted. Which I love. Is it Tom Ellis? I think it's Tom Ellis, the actor. I think he was a really good Lucifer, but I'm very excited to see what Gwendolyn Christie can do with her character because it's a completely different take on the character.
Well, and so I'm excited about
Will we reference the DC Sandman?
I hope so. God, I hope so. That would be amazing if they did.
That's why he wears the mask, right? Like it's a reference to that like his dream mask or whatever.
Oh, I don't know. I mean,
I always saw that as a reference as the old, like kind of like to the old Sandman.
There could be. I mean, practically, it's because he's got his sleep gas, right? So he doesn't want to knock himself out, but
he's got sleep apnea, so
he's got sleep apnea.
Oh,
that's going to be a hard issue if they put that in the show. That's a hard one.
And I will confess, this is not mine. This is Shelby's.
Oh, nice.
You pose it.
But like our Naja, it's our Sandman.
So I heard you comment on this a bit, Clay, during the trailer. I'm kind of excited for Joanna Constantine rather than John.
No.
Are you not? No?
Why?
All right.
Constantine is a broken and beaten man who's been through shit and back.
But this
looks like she came from high tea.
No, but this is a different character. Joanna Constantine is somebody from the comics too, I thought.
Yeah. This is Joanna.
Yeah, this is a different character.
I thought it was I thought she was gonna be.
No, they didn't gender bend Constantine. This is another character, Joanna.
Oh, is it? I thought they gender bended it too.
Yeah, that's what I thought. And I was like, you can't change John Constantine. I mean, like you could do what Keanu did, but he was still a broken person. She looks like she's had a very. I
think she could pull it off. I totally think she could pull it off. I think you could take her
cigarette hanging out. And
no, it's less the cigarette. That's a prop. It's the attitude, and I definitely think she.
Oh yeah, it's her own character from Sandman.
Oh, that's right. She shows up in the past.
I'm wrong.
I forgot about this. Yeah. Yep, I forgot about this
because I saw a lot of people online had a similar reaction to Clay's, but they were not as nice about it.
The internet rarely is.
Yeah. So yeah, that's why. I did want to show you guys this one as well. The old pumpkin head.
Oh, look at that! I didn't know he showed up.
It was very brief. I had to go. I knew it was there, so I went to look for it. So this is Matthew, the crow.
Yep.
And then this is what's the name? I forget. I'm telling you guys.
I can't remember his name either.
Yeah, I can't either.
But I know he's a big part of the Season of the Witch. That's why I remember him.
Yeah. And we get Cain and Abel, because that's Abel with his pet dragony thing, right?
Yeah, we when we were talking about the adaptations that we wanted in the future.
Yeah. Yep.
And this is a horror show. Please remember that and never forget.
God, I'm so worried this is going to be like too mature for me to watch with Hazel, because I really want her to experience this. But those first 2 volumes are the darkest and most horrific. I mean, they don't get that gruesome after that, really.
If she's cool with that, then you guys can keep watching.
True.
You know it'll only get lighter. It'll
only get.
Corinthian is going to give many kids nightmares. Those teeth.
It's going to give me nightmares. Jesus Christ.
And also many adults.
Many adults, yeah. Let's just say everyone. Oh God, look at that.
I hate it so much.
And I know that if he grinds his teeth, does it hurt his eyes?
Oh God, I don't need that itch.
And I know that the current ongoing, he's a big part of that with James Tynion, who just won an Eisner for Best Writer.
Oh, did he? Nice.
Yeah. So I made a full video of all the winners of not everything, but some of the big categories. I'm excited. This show looks amazing.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to get Netflix again. God damn it.
Yeah. So don't worry, just get it for 1 month and then drop it again.
I'll share my login with you.
They'll charge you. They're going.
Yeah, they'll charge you.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
all right.
Weird shit. I mean, it's probably cheaper than getting a new account, but
I mean, really, this is the only thing I want. This and Stranger Things are the only thing I really want to watch on Netflix.
So, okay. Let's wrap up the show. I think we had a great Comic-Con show. We didn't talk about comics, but I did make 2 videos where I list all the DC announcements and all the Marvel announcements for stuff that's coming up. But it's stuff that's, because it is comics, it's not coming out for a while, a few months. So we'll be covering it on the show. So that's why I wasn't so worried about talking about it here. So let's go to those recommendations, because Clay has an anti-recommendation. Let me see. I'm trying to guess. I hope it's not the first thing, because
it is.
I really like that movie, Clay. Are you sure
it's
you
a
watched
piece
it
of
right?
shit, dude. That movie is such a piece of shit. We're talking about Wrath of Man on
Let's talk about it.
Paramount Plus. Why do you say it's a good movie?
Because it's interesting. It looks great, and I really like the story. Yeah, Wrath of Man with Jason Statham, the Guy Ritchie film. Yeah. That is
the most convoluted piece of shit I have ever seen. It starts off with the robbery and then backtracks to tell you who the guy is, then moves forward again to bring you current. It's all over the place. It can't tell. These characters are all fucking annoying as hell. You start off the movie and they're all guys who work for armored cars. They should have some sort of solid foundation and brotherhood between each other, because their lives are in danger every day. No, they pick on the new guy and they just mouth off at each other. They're all terrible people.
Not to get into too much spoilers, but these are all pieces of shit, Clay. You forget that.
Yeah, I mean, but it's weird that you would go into a job like that and I mean, I'm serious. I almost turned the movie off after I stopped it, and at 20 minutes, I was like, "Am I going to finish this?" And
Dude,
he hasn't really killed anyone or done anything.
This is crazy, because I remember last year. I know there wasn't a lot of movies in 2021, but at the halfway point, this was in my top 10 of the year.
Dude, okay.
I was like,
we need to get into the story, because it starts off. Jason Statham gives these bank robbers information on a car that is leaving the place with all the money.
Uh-huh.
In doing so, it also leaves his son in a position where they're robbing the armored car, that his son gets killed.
Yeah.
So then he's going to go enact revenge. He's also a mob boss for some reason. And so I don't know why he gave these people this information for this particular truck to be heisted, but then he's so mad that he starts taking out all the gangs in the city and just beating them to death. Like, just you're gonna confess and tell me who's involved. And there's just this series of torture and beatings and stuff going on that's really ridiculous and pointless. Like, even in the trailer, there's Jason Statham. He walks through and you just start shooting people, and you think, oh, that's the cool part. No, these people are just tied up and prisoners, and he's just executing them. And so his son dies for no reason because of his involvement. It's just, as you watch the story unfold, you go, why did they add this other shit? It's terrible. Every bit of acting in that movie is fucking terrible.
I thought the movie like kept giving me new layers of story, and I was like, oh, this is cool. And then as we kind of work our way backwards to it, and then we figure out why he actually is doing everything that he's doing is because it circles back to his son getting killed at that moment. I don't know. I like I said, I really enjoyed this movie. Maybe I need to rewatch it and
follow the story, because the story of him giving the information and also parking his car right where they're going to rob the armored car didn't make any sense either, because it made his, like, who brings their son to a robbery?
Well, he didn't mean to, but that was the only thing that he could, like, it was a time thing that they had to happen then, so he was forced to bring him along. So yeah, I don't know.
It's just
I liked it. Let us know in the chat. Leonard Kim, go watch this movie. You can be the tiebreaker.
Save your time.
I don't think we'll get Josh to watch it. He's got a big backlog.
Yeah, it's pretty. I'll watch The Gray Man before I watch this. It sounds like
that's funny. I watched The Gray Man this weekend. That movie is fine. The best part is the cast. The cast is insane. Chris Evans as he goes all out. I love the mustache. He should never shave it off.
That's a terrible stash. He should only wear the stash if he comes back as Captain America.
My recommendation for this week will be Mark was here last week. He recommended The Gray Man. The Old Man on Hulu.
The Old Man, yeah.
And I've caught up since last week to now. I haven't seen the latest episode that came out on Friday. Yeah, it's fucking great. Holy shit. What's his name? Jeff Bridges and John Lithgow are fucking amazing in this show.
Yeah.
So if you like a good spy thriller, kind of, yeah, it's really good. I really, really enjoy it. And like I said, I kind of caught up throughout the whole week. And I need to watch the latest episode. But it's really good. Josh, do you have something to recommend?
I do. I guess to stay in theme, though, I'm going to switch mine last minute.
You just scribbled something on the notes, and I was like, I don't know what this means.
Yeah. It's fine. Yeah, Clay does, but no. I'll save it for next time. But mine this time is while traveling, I rewatched The Adventures of Buckaroo Banzai, hence my name.
Yes.
Speaking of John Lithgow, god damn, that movie holds up. It is so good, and it just always reminds me what we don't get anymore in film is what we got in the 80s, which is just like weird ass franchises that are just brilliant and fun and unique. I mean, Last Starfighter, Buckaroo Banzai, just like all this stuff. And watching it as a kid, and then I watched it again, I think when my wife and I first started dating, what I didn't get at the time is how much DNA is in that from Doc Savage. So the idea of like a main character that's like a doctor, scientist, adventurer, rock star, a man of all things is very much Doc Savage. Then having his team, right? Team Banzai is like all the people Doc Savage surrounds around himself. I wanted to go back and rewatch this though, and I've been meaning to for years because I just remember how good it is. But the main reason is because I was at a bookstore the other day and I saw this on the shelf and I didn't even know this existed.
Oh, yeah.
This is the official sequel by Ian Rausch that was supposed to be the next film that they hint at the end of it. Buckaroo Banzai.
Wow.
It's a book.
Oh, okay.
Buckaroo Banzai Against the World Crime League et al. And I don't know what this is like, if it's any good or not, but I am getting ready to read it.
I was going to say, I saw Dark Horse and thought it was a comic because I know they put a comic out of Buckaroo Banzai.
You're right. No, it is a novel. It is a novel. It is written by supposedly the Reno kid with Ian Rauch, who wrote the film originally. So pretty hyped for it. That's the next book on my stack right now. So
all right, Clay, do you have an actual recommendation?
Yes, I have been reading Bob Odenkirk's comedy drama.
Yeah, I want to read that.
If you're an old Gen Xer like me, you've followed his comedy from SNL to The Simpsons to the Ben Stiller show. I mean, just all the stuff he had done coming up until Better Call Saul and Breaking Bad. But probably the thing I love the most is just all the stories of the comedy he wrote back in the day, because he wrote the Matt Foley sketch with Chris Farley in it. And he tells the story of Chris Farley and he tells it with the Matt Foley stuff, because it breaks his heart, because he knows how funny that guy is, and he just had to watch him die. Like, he goes, we warned him, we did, like, just that stuff really was an incredible read, just because I've had friends who've had drug problems, and you do what you can, and then you tell them, you try to help them the best you can, and then when you have someone die, like, you feel like you could have done more, but there's just something, and that's all. There's something that, everyone kept telling him he had a drug problem. Everyone kept warning him of the people he was hanging around. And it's just sad to see when you watch one of your friends die like that. And he just kind of documented the sadness of it all. Which is hard to say this is a great read, but when you go through comedy and stuff like that, hearing Chris Farley go, ask him, do you think Belushi's in heaven? Like, he had such a hero worship of Belushi and stuff like that. Like, it puts him in this childlike perspective that I really, for big comedy nerds, it's a great read.
Wow.
Cool. Well, I think we did it, and we overdid it. So thanks to everybody that watched live. We had at some point we had like 13 people watching live, which is
thank
great.
You, fans.
Shout out to
fantastic.
Leonard Kim,
people with free time.
Chewy, thanks for watching. The Promiscuous Time Traveler, yes. Wherever maybe it's Kang. Maybe it's Kang that came to watch the show, and also Louis Berry and
Cat Burglar 100.
Cat Burglar 100 from Twitch. So cool, very exciting. Thank you guys. Stay tuned to the channel. Make sure to hit that subscribe button. If you're on Twitch, make sure to subscribe there and come to YouTube and subscribe there as well, because we drop a bunch of videos on YouTube throughout the week. We got a bunch of comic reviews coming up for the week, and I might do some more stuff coming out of Comic-Con. We still don't know what's gonna happen today. We may get trailers for other stuff too, from other, not Warner Brothers and Marvel. There are other studios that work on things, so we'll see. And hopefully Josh gets to go watch Thor: Love and Thunder at some point soon, and maybe we can talk about it.
Yep. It's I'm gonna find a time this week, I think, to take
put
the
that
kiddo.
one at the top of the queue. I think.
Yeah, it's under 2 hours.
Absolutely.
That's the other thing.
It is under 2 hours. Yep.
Nice.
Yeah. So
that never happens anymore.
Well, you can tell because Taika does a lot of voiceover work to kind of like compact some of the stories.
Got it.
There.
Okay.
And it doesn't really, for me, Gore does a pretty good job for the time they give him.
Oh, good. Okay.
I'm gonna try to go watch Nope, the new Jordan Peele movie.
I want to see that.
I want to see that too.
Yeah.
We'll see if that
It's
is
been
possible.
It's been getting rave reviews. I mean, why wouldn't it? It's Jordan Peele, but yeah.
Cool.
The movie, the trailers look awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Do you guys have anything else before we get out of here?
Nope.
Okay, good. That was
Stay
just
cool.
me. That was just me vamping until I find the button to close out the show.
Hey, Legoland showed up.
Hey.
Oh, great. I mean, Legoland's behind it, so I'll definitely. That's a good vote. So yeah, go check out Legoland's channel. A lot of really fun stuff there. A lot of shark movies, a lot of horror movies. I expect some maybe Lord of the Rings content. Maybe we'll see. But yeah, thanks for watching, everyone. And we're gonna get out of here as soon as I find the button. There we go.
Let's get out of
Let's
here.
ride.
Thanks everyone for watching.
Twitter loves you.
Oh yeah, Clay.
Hell, Bebo. Josh?
Simonson, or get the fuck out.
All right, bye.
All right.
Yeah.
I've got it now.